Here's Monsanto's, here's their tactic. Rather than solve the problem and get rid of the pesticides, they went out and bought the largest bee research company called Beeologics. And they are now trying to genetically modify a bee to withstand the pesticides. That is their answer. On top of genetically modifying food. Absolutely. So screw Monsanto. It's a nice poster. Screw Monsanto. Now here's the other interesting fact that you might want to know. Genetically modified foods, of course, is unlabeled. We are all aware of that. Thank you. Genetically modified foods is completely unlabeled. But in terms of labeling food, this is not that far off. In 1997, the FDA decided that the consumer must know what is in their food. So they made a mandatory law to label such foods of the nutritional content, right? In 1997. In 2002, they made it mandatory, the FDA, to label where that food came from. I will guarantee you, if you knew that your food came from a country that was in a nuclear fallout, or had some radiation, or had some pesticide problem, chemical problem, you would think twice about eating that. The FDA knew that. So in 2002, they made it mandatory to label where that food came from in what country. 2006, they made it mandatory to label the fat content. I remember this specifically because McDonald's was up in arms because they had to label the fat content of the hamburgers, the french fries. You guys remember this? And I specifically remember that. This is in 2006, right? But yet they will not label whether the corn has the Bt bacteria, a very toxic bacteria. They will not label whether the tomato has a DNA from a fish. The FDA is so stringent that they will label whether your orange juice is from frozen or fresh, from concentrate or fresh squeezed. But they're not going to label genetically modified foods. Garbage. Garbage. And that's why we're marching. That's why we're marching against Monsanto. That's why we're marching against the FDA, because we have to do this. We have to do this. It is time to take back our food. Once they genetically modify it, what do? They get a patent on it. They own it. They own the food. And nobody in the history of mankind has owned food. How much you have, how much she has, depended on your socioeconomic status, depended on your environment. But nobody owned food. They own it. They own the food. They have a patent on the corn, the soy, Syngenta, BASF, Monsanto, the biggest one. They own it, and it's wrong. It's wrong because nobody has the right to own food. And that's why we're doing this. That's why this is going to happen right here, right now. This is going to happen. So thank you for your support. Tia for Food and Water Watch helps spearhead this, and thank you all for putting the word out there. And this is going to be a really big march. So hang tight, we're going to get this program going underway in a minute, all right? Thank you guys so much.
How's everyone doing today? This is so exciting. We're so excited to have this event in Detroit at Eastern Market. We want to say thank you to Eastern Market for accommodating us and welcoming us and knowing that we need to support our small and regional farmers. Agriculture is the backbone of Michigan. It's the backbone of our country, and more these big corporations are controlling our food system. They're pushing out our small farmers. They're making it so our farmers have to have multiple jobs, and this is not okay. So, all right. So, who knows what the Farm Bill is? Yeah, the Farm Bill, right? It's the biggest piece of agricultural legislation, and right now it's on the Senate floor. We need to pass a new Farm Bill. It includes everything from food stamps to conservation to subsidies. Right now, just a couple days ago, and if you got a flyer, there's a couple amendments that we were, excited about, we were supporting. One was to overturn the Monsanto Protection Act. One was to label genetically engineered foods. One was to actually prohibit the sale of GMO salmon. Well, folks, all of those amendments were defeated on the Senate floor. And, right, this is a shame. And here in Michigan, Debbie Stabenow is the chair of the Agricultural Committee of the Senate. And she's been terrible. So today, we want to let Debbie Stabenow know that there are hundreds of people in Detroit that are here, and we're demanding that food is labeled, we're demanding that our small farmers are protected, and we're demanding that she break up with big ag. So, we're going to do something right now. We're going to give Debbie Stabenow's office a call. When I call her on my 3, and I need all of us to yell, break up with big ag. So let's practice, okay? So I'm gonna say, hey Debbie, it's Tia, I'm calling in Detroit, this is great, whatever. And we have a message for you. 1, 2, 3. Break up with big ag! Awesome, okay. So we're gonna practice that one more time while I dial the number, because I didn't plan this well. So what are we gonna do on 3? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Break up with big ag! That's right, we are. Time and again, she has been literally, she will not work with food and engineered food. She will reply saying it's safe. She will reply saying that labeling is safe because the FDA says so. Well, who's running the FDA? Monsanto. This is a really long message from Debbie. All right. Very fun. So let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. Break up the big ag! Awesome. Okay. I wonder if I can hear her. Hi, this is Tia. I am a Michigan resident. I live in Detroit, and I'm here with a couple hundred of my fellow Detroiters, and we have a message for Debbie Stabenow. 1, 2, 3. Break up with big ag! We need you to break up with big ag. We need you to protect small farmers. We need you to label genetically engineered food, and we need you to do your job and listen to your constituents and not to Monsanto's CEOs. So again, hundreds of Detroiters say, 1, 2, 3. Break up the big ag! Have a great day. Feel free to give me a call back, 313-486-1356. Thank you, Abby. Of our beef skit. So let's get it started.
Welcome to Easter Market. It's historical Detroit place where small farmers have always come to sell good organic food, where people from all over the city and outside the city come. We gather in one place and we get good food, and we thank the local farmers for that. So we gathered here today to say no to GMOs, very loud and clear, that no spraying, none of that stuff. And I've got with me Susan Sunshine, Earth Poet, very fitting. She's going to read us a poem, and why my bees are buzzing. I've got buzzing bees. Here she is, Susan Sunshine, Earth Poet.
Hello everybody, welcome to our event. We're one of many. This is an international event. Before we start the skit with the kids, I really wanted this to dedicate to the children. A friend of mine's writing a play as a bee. And so this is called Bee. This was the introduction, and it's so fitting for this. I am the flowers and the other bees. So are you. People think they are separate from the ecosystem and they can do without us. They pretend they are not at the top of the food and resource chain. They're stealing from and enslaving the rest of us. I think it would be really funny to watch them try to pollute everything. That was by a bee. It has a soul. At the end of town, down by 8 Mile Road, sat a family at dinner eating farmer sold, eating food that was local and organically grown. Sat a family just eating, it was pre-Monsanto. The bees, they were buzzing, the butterflies fluttering, the farmers were thriving on producing alone. Then industrialization brought in corporatization and gene mutilation. Ah! I see the Monsanto man. Spray Roundup, they told us. Agent Orange cannot hurt us. The farmers, they need it for the food that they grow. here. Do as you're told. But the bees, they are dying.
All right, so my name is Jerry. I'm also going to be helping you kind of coordinate as we're marching. I'll be with the marshals. If you have any questions during the march, look for people with red headbands or armbands that are red. We'll be walking along, keeping folks safe, okay? So to give you a little preview of some of the chants we're going to do together, I'm going to give a few to get y'all ready. So we're going to be marching in just a little bit here, okay? So for the first one, it's pretty simple. No more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO. And if you see this go up, this means we're going to change the chant. So you put the hands up, everyone put the hands up, and we know we're going to stop that chant. Right? Then we move to another chant. All right? So then another one we got, it's a call and response. So I say food for people, and everyone says not for profit. All right, so I'm going to just keep going through them. I'll call you respond. You ready? So food for people. Not for profit. Medicine for people. Not for profit. Seeds for people. Not for profit. Government for people. Not for profit. Food for people. Not for profit. Medicine for people. Not for profit. Seeds for people. Not for profit. Government for people. Not for profit. Right on. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. You got another one? Your food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it. Your food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it.
Food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it. Food is making people sick.
Now we're here and ending it. This is one of my favorites. We all have a right to know our food is... Well, I messed that one up. It was my favorite, I messed it up. That's really beautiful.
There's another dog over there, but I don't know if it's a nice one, okay?
They say right to know.
They say GMO.
We say right to know!
They say GMO.
We say right to know. But beautiful. All right, so we're going to go through, we're going to line up here. And the next about 10 minutes, we're starting at 10:30. So we're going to start to kind of line up, and we're going to be moving in that direction. And we're going to turn right on both.
Back over here,
We'll line up in about 10 minutes. Right, so we're going to coordinate about 10 minutes. So in about 10 minutes, Bob will just be behind the large banner that will be in the very front that way, and we'll get going shortly.
Listen, we don't expect to have any problems, but if you do, we've got people posted here at the gazebo. If you get separated from your children, we've got safe people. Our marshals are safe people. If a child gets separated or if a parent gets separated, they'll be brought back here. If you notice a child separated from their parents, please bring them back here so the parents can be reunited with them very quickly.
Absolutely, and again, this is a nice, peaceful protest to get our voices heard, but safety is the #1 concern, of course. So look for the people with the red armband. They're going to help marshal the parade, marshal the march. So keep an eye on this. And again, this is the safety zone to come back for anything else that's needed.
All right, so my name is Jerry. I'm also going to be helping you kind of coordinate as we're marching. I'll be with the marshals. If you have any questions during the march, look for people with red headbands or armbands that are red. We'll be walking along, keeping folks safe, okay? So to give you a little preview of some of the chants we're going to do together, I'm going to give a few to get y'all ready. So we're going to be marching in just a little bit here, okay? So for the first one, it's pretty simple. No more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO. No more GMO. And if you see this go up, this means we're going to change the chant. So you put the hands up, everyone put the hands up, and we know we're going to stop that chant. Right? Then we move to another chant. All right? So then another one we got, it's a call and a response. So I say food for people, and everyone says not for profit. All right, so I'm going to just keep going through them. I'll call you, respond. You ready? So, food for people.
Not for profit.
Medicine for people.
Not for profit.
Seeds for people.
Not for profit.
Government for people.
Not for profit.
Food for people.
Not for profit.
Medicine for people.
Not for profit.
Seeds for people.
Not for profit.
Government for people.
Not for profit.
Right on. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go.
We don't need no GMOs.
Monsanto's food has got to go. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. We don't need no GMOs. Monsanto's food has got to go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So we got another one. Your food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it. Your food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it.
Food is making people sick. Now we're here and ending it. Food is making people sick.
Now we're here and ending it. This is one of my favorites. We all have a right to know our food is... Well, I messed that one up. It was my favorite, I messed it up. That was really beautiful.
There's another dog over there, but I don't know if it's a nice one, okay?
GMO, we say right to know.
They say GMO.
We say right to know.
They say GMO.
We say right to know. But beautiful. I don't know. So we're going to go through, we're going to line up here. For the next about 10 minutes, we're starting at 10:30. So we're going to start to kind of line up, and we're going to move in that direction, and we're going to turn right on both.
Back over here,
We'll line up in about 10 minutes. Right, so we're going to congregate about 10 minutes. So in about 10 minutes, about just behind the large banner that will be in the very front, that way, and we'll get going shortly.
Listen, we don't expect to have any problems, but if you do, we've got people posted here at the gazebo. If you get separated from your children, we've got safe people. Our marshals are safe people. If a child gets separated or if a parent gets separated, they'll be brought back here. If you notice a child separated from their parents, please bring them back here so the parents can be reunited with them very quickly.
Absolutely, and again, this is a nice, peaceful protest to get our voices heard, but safety is the #1 concern, of course. So look for the people with the red armband. They're going to help marshal the parade, marshal the march. So keep an eye on this. And again, this is the safety zone, and coming back for anything else that's needed.
No more
Do you want to ask me a question? You want me to just tell you who I am?
Give me your spiel.
Give me your, okay, my spiel is I am Michelle and I am with a local group here called Conscious Action, activist arm of a larger group, Flower of Life, and we are a group of conscious individuals that are looking to further consciousness on the planet, but we're also very concerned about many of these issues, including GMO foods, which is why I'm here today. Personally, for me, as a mother, the reason I am here is I have 2 young daughters, and when I started researching these issues and looking at the science behind it...
no science behind it.
Well, deeply concerned, right? Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we know it causes cancer and many other illnesses, and I had to get it out of my home first, and then felt deeply passionate about also helping to educate people about this issue and make change, because the next generation is the one that I'm concerned about.
Tell me, Michelle, how did you get it out of your home?
I went on a rampage through my pantry one day. I was just really hurt and disappointed that these toxins would be in our food supply. And
You used a list or a reference source to aid this cleansing?
I did, yeah. The Institute of Responsible Technology was a large resource for me, and I think they make it pretty simple to look at the ingredients that you need to be concerned about. And really, I just go after all organic now, or I look for the No GMO Project label. So it's very simple.
Sugar beets, Monsanto.
Yeah, exactly.
Michigan is a big sugar beet state. Monsanto has a facility here in Michigan, with a research facility where they grow the corn and they distribute it and the lab.
Right. It goes beyond the state. It goes beyond the state. I think we need to get this message out nationally. The United States is very far behind other countries in getting this stuff out. And
no conflict of interest for Debbie Stubenow.
Well, yeah, I think it does go beyond the government too. This issue is huge, but if we could encourage more companies to label, grocers, all of the people that are making the food and buying locally, buying from farmers that are organic, I think that solves the problem without taking a negative approach. And
Trader Joe.
Debbie is, Debbie's Debbie. She's good at the end of the day. She's got her opinion, and I don't know how easy that will be to change it. But if we all just start in our own homes and get the food out, eventually it's going to happen. And the only way we can do that is by encouraging people to look harder at what they're purchasing.
You signed the man fracking petition yet?
Trader Joe says no GMO. Whole Foods says no GMO. They're saying label it, and they are labeling it.
Right.
Other cooperating organizations or groups or companies?
Are you asking me if there are any others?
Yeah.
Oh, there are many, and that's one of the things Conscious Action is doing, is there are so many groups of organizations and groups of people around the world that are doing incredible things, and but they're so scattered. I think if we could come together in a united front and just focus on one simple approach, we could do this. I don't think it's difficult. There's so many people now that are aware, especially GMO. The more people I talk to, it's becoming a catchphrase, and people are starting to understand and take notice. So if we could bring all these people together and have that one approach, that would work.
Who kills the most bees?
Who kills the most bees? Well, I think we know who that is. It's Monsanto.
Well, it's all of the pharmaceutical companies.
Oh, it's everybody. It's just another result of this, major problem that goes beyond GMO in my mind. I mean, let's look at other things like we've got fluoride in our water. They're spraying chemicals in the air. It's all related. And once people wake up to these issues and they start to learn about them, and I see it happening, I'm really encouraged. Today especially, I've seen so many good things on social media and in the news. We've got Portland getting fluoride out of their water. We've got rallies on GMO all over the globe today. So it's happening. People are waking up and the message is getting out there. So it's just a matter of time. But I think we can consolidate that on a global scale. We'd have far better success than talking to the Debbie Staffin outside of the world.
Do the telephone towers kill bees?
Do the telephone towers, are you talking EMFs or?
I'm talking cell phone signals.
Yes, I mean EMF is a huge problem. I mean smart meters are another one that we need to address, and it's all a bigger picture of all of the things that are going wrong right now in our society. But as I mentioned, I think this rally is great, and we need to get the message out. That I think we need to keep that message directed in a positive way, so that people understand, yes, this is an issue, and calmly we can act from a place of proactive approach and not scare tactic.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And labeling is that approach for GMO. And there's one for each of these issues, but labeling is one of those easy proactive approaches, because the more products we can get labeled, that's what people are going to buy, because they're going to get it, right?
Detroit Edison has a unique approach on the cell phones.
Yes.
For their smart meters. They connect to their copper with their signal, so it's a much lower level signal. They only have one cell phone site on the circuit. It's basically in the middle of the circuit, and it collects the data from the local cell phones, from the local smart meters, and then transmits that to the headquarters. They use telephones, microwave, cell phone, whatever. But the nice thing about it is they don't have these high power transmitters on every home, because they're able to connect right to the copper.
I see.
And it's used much lower signal level, magnitude of 100 lower power level.
There's a lot of good things going on, and even in the area of EMF, we're seeing all these great products come out that will mitigate the effects of EMF. And our group is doing a national conference here in Detroit at the Cobo Hall in October, and we're addressing all of these issues and bringing in some experts and pioneers, because there are things going on, really good, positive things that are going to make change all over that people don't know about. So that's the focus of our conference, is bringing in these new technologies and approaches from scientists, and we even have a couple of Russian scientists that are doing incredible things in the area of free energy technology. So we can eliminate petroleum and fossil fuels, I can imagine. So, and it's going on. It's all going on right now. It's just people aren't aware. So that's what our group is trying to do, is bring these positive things that are going on into people's awareness, so that we can take advantage of them and incorporate them into our lives and get rid of these other things, these toxins and things in the environment that are causing us harm.
Have you heard of the zero effect generator?
I haven't.
It's a zero energy technology that doesn't burn any fuel, yet generates kilowatts.
I see. There's all kinds of cool things going on in the area of free energy. I mean, I see something new every day. It's just a matter of getting that information out to the public, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I think. So
that's what you're for.
That's what I'm for. I'm about creating change, and yeah, I'm really excited about this group. We have an incredible group of individuals here in the Metro Detroit area that are focused on creating change from a conscious place, from a place of conscious action. So that's what our group is all about, and we have a lot of good things going on.
How do we connect with you?
You can connect with us on Facebook at Conscious Action. We also have a conference website, which is awakeandempoweredexpo.com. And you can see all the great things that we're bringing into Detroit on that site.
I'm not on Facebook. What are my options?
Website, so floweroflifecenter.org and awakenempoweredexpo.com are the two key sites to go to.
And does any old-fashioned telephone number come to mind?
I will give you my direct number. So anyone who's interested can call me directly. It's 248 491 8333.
And are you available?
I am always available to people who want to create change. Oh, you want to know if I'm available? I am only available to speak to people about creating change on the planet. That is what I'm available for.
Just so you don't get hit.
Folks are with us right now.
Like when Mubarak said, "Oh, I promise neither me nor my son."
I'd like to introduce someone who
and the people said, "Fuck you, you're gone. We're not negotiating with Suleiman." That's the kind of.
I'm gonna go ahead. All right, I would like to introduce a powerful woman, a wonderful fighter against this corporate consolidation, against injustice. Everybody, this is Charity Hicks.
We love you too, yeah! Big up to all of you who marched against Monsanto. So let's clap for ourselves again. Worldwide, on all 7 continents today, people are marching and moving and creating a tipping point for us to push back against corporate interests. So right now, you are not alone. You're with millions of people. Millions of people. And I want you all today, later on, if you get back to your computer, to go Google March Against
against Monsanto and see the worldwide movement that you're participating in. So, I wanted to bring you news of what's happening in the world on trade. Monsanto is part... Who just raised their hand and shout out what the TPP is? It's NAFTA on steroids. If we thought NAFTA and GATT destroyed the manufacturing base in the United States, this is unleashing the corporate agenda, the corporatocracy to the world. I brought some stuff. I want you guys to participate. Monsanto is a leader in this movement. They're going to destroy and frack almost the whole planet. They're also going to go and destroy medicine and healthcare. And on the back of this flyer is the contact for Stop the TPP. President Barack Obama has put it on a fast track. A fast track is boo, yeah, boo! So for those who don't know, I'm a public policy fellow here in the city of Detroit. I work on food justice. I work on food policy. I work on urban ag. I work inside to make sure that we fix and repair our food systems and to raise up, lift up, and affirm a regional food system for this community. On the back of this, please join the Facebook page, the Twitter, follow on Twitter, follow the Tumblr group. I want you to read it because this is the height of corporate power. This is the audacity, the unmitigated cabal of greedy people, the 1% who wanted to continue to control and consolidate power, that wants to feed us genetically modified organisms that are responsible for colony collapse disorder of our pollinators, that's responsible for cancer epidemics, ecological collapse, and environmental injustices on all continents, that are destroying fisheries, that are destroying our health, that are destroying our economic order. And if we don't do anything, we want the voice of the ordinary citizen raised. How you can do it? What I see here is power. That's what I'm looking at. This is power. This is power. So we got to think about our individual power, but collective power. So please, 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 at the bottom, we're trying to get everybody to say, let's stop Monsanto, let's stop the TPP. We can do it.
Once again, thank you everyone for coming out here. Now that you know what's going on, tell your friends, tell your family, we have to make this into the next big movement. This is the one that's going to save us. Someone said, every generation they fight for something. In our generation, it's about food. It's about food. And the future, honestly, it's not going to be about the bombs, about territory. It's not going to be even about oil. It's going to be about who owns food and water. That's the next big thing, and that's what's happening right now. So tell your friends. Now that you know that this is happening, tell your friends. In terms of genetically modified food, well, guess what, folks? We've been eating it for 20 plus years. Unlabeled. Anything that has soy, corn, canola oil, or sugar from sugar beets that is not organic is genetically modified. 95% of soy is genetically modified. 88 to 90% of corn in the United States is genetically modified. We are the largest producers of genetically modified food. It is banned or labeled in over 50 countries. Russia just put a mandatory ban on all GM corn. Russia! Yeah! That's right, and Hungary just burned down thousands of fields with GM corn. Genetically Genetically modified foods are here, and if we're gonna beat it, if we're gonna beat Monsanto, it's gonna have to start here with us, together, because we have the power. We have the power, and when it's time to take back the power and it's time to take back our food. If it's banned or labeled in over 50 countries, China, Russia, Japan, India, it is all over. It is time for us. And the Vatican has just announced genetically modified food. They're saying that this is the next form of slavery because of what it does. The Vatican. So no matter who gets on board outside of the United States, ultimately it has to start with us. And each and every single one of you are empowered with a voice, with a choice, and you can choose by your fork. We all have that power, and I truly believe in that. If we band together on this, no matter where you're from, what you do, if we band together, we can beat this. We can beat this. Without a doubt, we can beat this. When you get home, Google genetically modified foods if you don't know what it's about. To avoid it, go organic. Make sure it's certified organic by the USDA at the very least, the non-GMO project verification, Oregon Tilth. Because it really starts with education. Without education, without becoming aware, without our awareness and our consciousness, we're completely lost. So we have to educate ourselves. Go to the websites. Go to Food and Water Watch. Go to NoGMOforMichigan.org. Go to Food Safety Center. Go to all the sites. It takes 5 minutes after work, 5 minutes after dinner. Educate yourselves and know exactly what you're eating and know exactly what you're feeding your kids. I'm sorry? Glyphosate, yes. Glyphosate, yes, of course, glyphosate. And honestly, the kids, they're coming up with diabetes, food allergens, Crohn's disease, and kids, cancer, right, leukemia, and this exploded 20 years ago. Everything was on the rise 20 years ago. Breast cancer, Crohn's disease. But in 1994, 95, 96, when GMOs were put on the market very quietly, it absolutely...
With Monsanto! Abuse and the greed of companies like Monsanto around the world are really forcing people to have to migrate. People that are losing their farms, that their means of subsistence, are the people who are being forced to leave their countries and come to countries like the U.S. And you know, in the last civil rights movement, even though it was initially a fight for black people to be treated equal, no more second-class citizens and no more second-class treatment, it gave an opportunity to other movements like the women's rights movement, the gay rights movement, the environmental rights movement to come to life as well. And today, the immigrant rights is the new civil rights movement. And if we want to fight for the environment, we cannot fight for people to be treated equal. And so on June 1st, BAM is having a march for immigrant rights starting on Clark Park. It's a Saturday, it starts at 1 p.m. And I really invite everyone to be a part of it because we can't live in a country. We can't fight for people to be treated equal, to have a decent life, to have decent food, if we're not fighting for people to be treated with the rights and dignity that they respect. Thanks everyone for coming.
It does really start today, and thank you everyone for being here, for making your voice heard, and for getting involved. Yeah. But we don't want it to end today, right? We don't want it to just end. No. We want to keep fighting. So I want to just leave you guys with a couple of things that you can do to keep fighting. All right? So the first one we did before the march. You can call Debbie Stabenow, and you can let her know that she needs to listen to her constituents. She needs to stop being in bed with big ads. She needs to break up that relationship. She needs to stop meeting with Monsanto. She needs to label genetically engineered food. She needs to use her position as head of the Agricultural Committee and fight. Fight for her constituents, fight for her farmers, fight for Michigan. One. If it's within your means, you can make decisions every day to fight against Monsanto. There's a new app out called Boycott. B-Y-C-O-T-T if you have one of these smartphones. This is a way you can see if the food you're buying is connected to Monsanto, connected to the Koch brothers, and fight back with your fork. You can also check out the Organic Consumers Association. They have a great list of boycotting, but we know that not everyone has it within their means to buy organic all the time. It's going to take a systematic change, right? So, and the third thing you can do is stay involved. So we're going to end a little bit early. Talk to people here. Everyone is here because we all have a common cause and because we all care about this. Make connections, make friends. NoGMOforMichigan.org is a local grassroots group. They're fighting to get genetically engineered food. My name's Tia. I'm with Food and Water Watch. We have a local group in Southeast Michigan fighting to get genetically engineered food labeled, fighting for a fair farm bill, fighting to break up this corporate consolidation of our food system. So one more time, I want you to make some noise.
Thank you.
Talk to your family and friends. If everyone here talks to 5 people, we'll talk to thousands of people. Alright? And take this back to your communities. The March Against Monsanto across the world is supposed to start at 2 p.m. We did it early in Detroit because we can. But take, if you have a couple people that you meet from some Highland Park or something like that, go to your Kroger at Highland Park today and bring your signs. Sterling Heights, there's 1 and 2. Keep being involved. Keep it moving. Make connections, talk to people, and fight because we don't want GMO. Right? Hell no GMO. No GMO. Hell no GMO. Hell no GMO. Hell no GMO. Thank you everybody for coming. Stick around, rally, dance, smile, have a great time, have a wonderful long weekend. One of the biggest things I need to do right now is to thank Eastern Market for letting us have this here. So big up to Eastern Market. Oh, another thing you can do, go talk to some farmers. Go draw some connections, check out Grown in Detroit, check out food that's grown here. Tell them what you care about, support them, support our local regional farmers. Grow your own food, be a revolutionary.
The GMOs, down with Monsanto!
One more, everybody wants.